Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to After the Snap. It is Tosh, and we are here today to talk about Agatha All Along. And I didn't have any real intention of coming here and doing Agatha All Along, but I'm like, I don't know if it's just me. This show has grabbed me, y'all. It's got me, and I just wanted to see how many people was coming along for the ride with me because this is um I didn't know what to truly expect from Agatha. Hey, Bougie, good to see you. Um, I didn't know what to expect from Agatha. Now I knew that Catherine Hahn is coming back, so okay, we already got a good foundation. But how much could Catherine Hahn carry things without without having the bad guy or the good guy to go off of? Hey, Marge. What episode you on, Marge? Um, so yeah, but just in case you are like me and you haven't been watching Agatha All Along and you thought that Catherine Hahn might have an issue um carrying the show, forget whatever you was thinking. She's able to carry it. Down from even from the first episode. So the first episode, oh, you're halfway through episode 3. I will be glad when you catch all the way up. Um Hey, Clarence, good to see your face in the place, sir. When Grace, you haven't started it yet. I don't want to spoil anything for you. There are things happening in this. There are things that have already happened over these first 3 episodes that could potentially, you know how I do with the theories, and I'm jumping out the window. Um, I don't want to spoil anything. I don't want to spoil anything for you. So as I was recording, or as I was preparing to record the weekly wrap up, which is the weekly show that I've been doing, like a little news show. I said, let's talk about this after I finish recording the weekly wrap up. We'll talk about Agatha All Along. And needless to say, I got wrapped up and tied up in all of this stuff and never finished recording the weekly wrap up. But I said, I'm here with you. So let's do it. Let's do it. We pick back up with Catherine Hahn. She's still in Westview, but now she is, when we meet her again, she is a detective. And she's heading to the scene of a body. They found a body of a young woman in the woods. So she's headed there, and we find out that a lot of her backstory is that she is troubled. She has been suspended as an officer of the law, and we all know this is all a bunch of garbage, right? It was just all a bunch of garbage. He was not an officer of the law, and I wouldn't have caught the what they were trying to the series that they were trying to mimic because I never watched it. How many of us watched The Mayor of Easttown? Is that the name of it? Who watched the Mayor of Easttown? Because I didn't. I didn't watch it. So everything that was happening in the everything that was happening, oh, that scared me. Everything that was happening in the first episode, the beginning parts of the first episode, I was lost, baby. I didn't have no clue what they was talking about. It was going over my head, but it was obvious that we were in a movie world because we get up on where the body is, and this body looked an awful lot like Wanda Maximoff. Now, we never saw the face, of course, but we saw that shock of kind of scarlet red hair, wearing the exact same outfit and appearing in the same clothing that Wanda was wearing the last time she faced off with what's her name? with Agatha. I was about to call her Agnes. Um, so this is the way that Agnes remembers the Scarlet Witch looking. Then we saw the library card, and let's see if I got some photos. I think I've got. I don't know. We're gonna find out. I thought I did. It's looking like I don't. Let me try this crap again. Go here. No, I can't do this. I'm not gonna keep trying to do that. Clarence, you didn't like episode 3? I liked episode 3. When Grace, you've seen the toy spoilers. Hey, Justin, good to see your face in place. Um, Marge says she kept checking to see if she was on the right show. If I could share the screen, let's see. Not this picture though. So let me remove this until I get the picture up that I was looking for. I had freaking pictures, but um like I said, I had some pictures, and now everybody, this thing is playing with me. It always plays with my emotions when I start getting to doing a live stream. Yeah, it sucks because oh no, didn't want to do that. Yeah, we saw the opening credits of this episode was wild to me. And what was wild about it is I'm thinking that we're really rolling credits, and then you start seeing the names of the people as the characters they are playing in the series. So it wasn't the actual actors' names, it was who these people were playing in the WandaVision universe where she had made her little show. So I thought that was cool. Um, Oh, hey there, Larry. Good to see you. You never heard of Mayor of Easttown? I think that was the name of it. I didn't watch it either. It's got Kate Winslet, and if I'm correct, people were saying that this was almost a beat for beat off of the second episode of that series. Period. That they were like riffing off of that. So had we seen Mayor of Easttown, then we would know what they were talking about. But even though we didn't know what they were talking about, we could see that Agnes slash Agatha is still sleepwalking. And we see Rio. Rio shows up as a federal officer. She's above a station above Agnes, and she shows up as a federal officer. But she also is, we find out or we learn she's a witch who has a past with Agatha. But she couldn't just come in and just wake Agatha up. She, because you don't wake up a sleepwalker. They always say, what did they say? You wake up a sleepwalker and they can hurt themselves or hurt you or whatever. So you can't wake up a sleepwalker. You had to gradually let her come to these conclusions and all of this stuff on her own. And that is what Rio was trying to do. Because if Rio really wanted Agatha dead, she had plenty of opportunities to do her in. So it looks to me, and I guess I'm saying it to me like I'm coming up with something grand and something that nobody else has thought of, but it looks to me like there is a special connection between Rio and Agnes or Agatha. So Clarence knows what Mayor of Easttown is, and he said it was a good series. Uh, and Justice said it filmed in his hometown. Bougie, you liked every episode. I did too. Every episode kind of steps up on the one before it. I'm loving the series so far. Uh, Coatesville, Pennsylvania, and what is this? The train station and high school gym and some other stuff. We were a part of it. Okay, that's a good piece of trivia. But okay, so Agatha um is so like so far she's trying to put these pieces together, and eventually she is able to come to the conclusion that that body, of course, she learns this from Teen, because a teen comes in her home while she's chilling with Rio, who obviously is like a girlfriend or a wife or something special like that to Agatha, right? So Teen breaks into the house to steal the brooch that Agatha had found near the body, and it turns out he tries to get away. Agatha chases him down, and he's struck by a car. And then she does her interrogation. And as she's doing her interrogation, she realizes that everything, all of the tangible things that she thinks she has, they're all fakes. And it makes me go back to the officer Herb standing on the other side of the yellow tape. Now we can kind of realize that that was nothing but his fence. And Agatha is just like acting all of this stuff out. But to come out of this haze, to wake up, Agatha has to put together that the Scarlet Witch is no longer an issue for her. And first and foremost, the Scarlet Witch, or the body that she quote unquote found, looked like the Scarlet Witch. But the toe tag on the Scarlet Witch, Wanda Maximoff, was a library card. So we can configure to, I guess we can assume that that body didn't represent Wanda as much as it represented the Darkhold. The Darkhold is what that body represented, and the Darkhold is no more. It's dead. Um, any way that you can get it, all copies of it, remember, burnt. So and um, if you've seen Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, then you know what all of this is symbolizing or representing. I'm not going to spoil that because some people might want to go and be like, "Oh, there's a piece of the puzzle in the Multiverse of Madness," and there's a very um after the first episode, this piece of the puzzle might not might not be as important moving forward, but to get the full understanding of what was going on in the first episode, there were little pieces of that movie that made it make sense. You know what I'm saying? So that body represents the Darkhold. The Darkhold is no more. The last person who checked out the Darkhold is no more, because that was Wanda Maximoff. And that freed Agnes, and she was able to tear off all the layers of all of the characters that she had played in WandaVision until we get to the actual Agatha all along. And she, of course, sexy fight scene between Rio and Agatha. And I think some people loved it, some people hated it, but it continued to set up the fact that there is a past between these two witches, and it gave us the knowledge that they can't kill each other. We know that there is something that keeps Agatha from killing Rio, and it keeps Rio from killing Agatha. Now, when I look at it, I think that they're bound. I think that they are either married or they've made some type of lifetime deal with one another, that they can't kill one another. And I do believe that they're, they've had a love relationship in the past. Let me see. Was the character of Agatha introduced in WandaVision, or does she appear earlier in the MCU? She doesn't appear earlier in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but in the Marvel comic book universe, she is a character that they drew from that character. Now, in the comics universe, it's looking like I don't want to give away anything. In the comics universe, her story went one way. The way that she was introduced to the comics universe was a whole different way than the way they've introduced her in the MCU. And actually, for the cinematic universe, I like this way better. I like what they've how they have introduced her and how they are right now using her, because there are implications about who some of these people are and what they also represent. But it would have made less sense had they gone the comic book route to bring Agnes's story back around, if that makes sense. Um, Wingray says there's also a whole different Darkhold in Agents of Shield. Doubt it's connected though. So yeah, whole different. I look at Agents of Shield as it's another universe. I look at it as it's part of the multiverse. It's out there, but it doesn't interact. Those branches of the multiverse have not encouraged has not had an incursion on one another, so we don't reach from those. You know how they say that if those branches touch one another, there's an incursion. Well, that branch ain't touched this branch. It's touching somewhere else out there. um and team's efforts helped bring Agatha back, yes. And it makes you wonder, because it seems like Rio couldn't do it, right? Agatha couldn't do it on her own. um but Team knew the incantation. It makes you think that Team is stronger than he's letting on. At least it makes me think that. It makes me think that he tries to pretend like he's a little naive in magic, and he really is just, oh, Agatha, I'm a big fan of yours. But the truth of the matter is, I think he knows way more about magic and everything else than he is letting on. And I'm yeah, you said she's a big deal in the comic book storyline. She is. She plays a significant role in Wanda's life, or specifically Wanda's children. But yeah, so I think Team is playing Wanda. I mean, not Wanda. Talking about Wanda. I think he is playing Agatha. I think he knows a whole hell of a lot more than he's letting on. And he is he's playing to her hubris. But then I want to show y'all something, and I have to get that picture up because it's an important part of what we need to talk about. And that is the sigil. Because we find out what that is on Team's mouth, why we can't see who he is, or what his name is in the series. Look, there's a part, and let's share it. When we look at this, okay, so this is the scene right before she asked him his name. And in this scene, she looks in that locket, she sees that lock of hair, and it seems like she starts to remember something. I'm gonna go back out of here, and you can see the look on her face. That very next, like she looked at that locket, and right here, there is that a moment of, wait a minute. She's thinking to herself, Marge, I think it's eight. I think it's 8 episodes. And the last two will be on the same night. Yeah. But she's thinking, there's a recognition, she's thinking something here, and then she turns around and she asks him what his name is, and then we saw this. And that, to me, of course, in very Marvel fashion, it could be a capital M, right? It could also be a capital W, right? It could be both. It could be a W and an M, because I think in a part of what Marvel is trying to lead the thoughts that it wants to lead us down is Wanda Maximoff. It, I think they want us to think that this child is in this moment is one of Wanda's kids. I think that sigil looks like a W in some angles, looks like an M in other angles. You know, they could push us out the window and make us say Mephisto, but we get a mention of Mephisto, but I wasn't going, not this time. Y'all got me last time, y'all weren't gonna get me this time. But that that looks like it could be a W or an M. It could be a Wanda Maximoff. I mean, it could be a Wanda, it could be a Maximoff, it could be Mephisto, as Bushi just said too. Could be Mephisto. There are also theories, of course, in their the next episode, the very next episode, they try to point us in this direction that this is Agnes' son or Agatha's son. And is that a possibility? Of course, anything's possible, but they actually started to set up other people, the other witches that we are going to meet. We they set up them even thinking, hey, that might be Agatha's son, and she wouldn't even know it because she's so selfish and whatever. But I honestly believe that a lot of the things that Agatha has done, we are going to find out she did it because she was trying to get back to her son. I know I like to make some villains a little bit more human, but I think that by the end of this, there is got to be some kind of redemption, or we would not have needed this series. We would not have needed the series if there would be no redemption for Agatha. So Bougie said, "I think Teen has a big surprise coming for everyone. I hope he turns on. I hope he turns on everyone later. It seems like something is going to happen. Something is going to happen. He knows far too much. Even when we got down in episode 3, when we got down there and he knew that Agatha had to drink that wine. You know, she played everybody else and watched them go through it, but he knew that that spell was not going to work if she didn't drink it, and he was ready to pour it down her throat. He was going to make her drink it, or he was going to drink it himself, and he knew she wouldn't let him drink it himself because she thinks that's her son. She's trying to protect him. The only reason she took that drink was to keep him from doing it. But we need to do this at a time like where we can watch it. And I mean, we can't watch it on YouTube live. That's obvious. But we need to like sit down and literally look at this together because it's so many things cross my mind as I'm watching it. And if I'm like watching it to enjoy it, I'm not just writing stuff down, you know. Um, how many episodes? Oh, we talked about that. March, there are only 3 episodes released so far. I can't find a number for the whole season. I really think it's 8, but I'll take a look right now. If you haven't found it already, Marge, if you have, let me know. Gosh, I just closed everything and I meant to close. Oops, that ain't what I wanted to do. Doop, 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 doop. Um, did I really close? I closed everything. Lord have mercy. Let me open up another tab. So yeah, I've had a these last couple of days been crazy, but this WandaVision, not WandaVision, Agatha All Along has saved me. Um, giving me something to kind of look forward to. So I've been having some rough ones. I know it started on the 18th, right? It's going to run through the I believe the 30th, and we're going to get 2 episodes on the 30th. And it is not trying to tell me. I'm looking on IMDb so it can just tell me how many episodes there are, but no, no. You don't want to tell me how many episodes. You want to tell me about the next episode, but you're not going to tell me about. Okay, somebody. Let me see. Now we're going to talk about Mephisto. Hey, David. Good to see you. Glad you made it back safely. Everybody was asking, and I was trying to give people the updates. And I said that you were either back or you were on your way. So we might be able to do it on members only. March. That is a possibility. So the first season, and it's only one season. So why y'all playing with my emotions? There are 9 episodes. I was wrong. So Agatha All Along has 9 episodes. The first 2 episodes dropped on September 18th, and then we'll have one episode a week. And then on October 30th, right in time for Halloween, we will have the final 2 episodes. I'm looking really forward to that. You can watch together on Twitch as well. We can watch. We might be able to do it on members only for sure. Um. Okay, so the Mephisto thing. We know Mephisto is coming. He's been cast already, and the first time that we are expecting to see him is in Ironheart with Riri Williams. I believe it's supposed to be next year. So the first time that we're supposed to see MCU Mephisto is next year in Ironheart. That does not mean that there would not be a cameo appearance here, and it does not mean that all of that talk about Ironheart and everything else was some type of misdirection, and that this young kid is playing Mephisto. I don't think that's where they're going, because who they cast or who they were rumored to cast to me was a solid choice, which is Sacha Baron Cohen. I think that's a solid choice for Mephisto. Who people are theorizing him to be, and I don't want to spoil it. So if you don't want to know, tell me, don't say anything. And I'm going to give you guys a second to put in the comments if you don't want me to say anything, because I'm going to say it if you don't mind me saying it. Bougie says, yes, he's been nudging them all along, nudging them along the whole time, and how he asks questions. Sneaky little teen. He asks, and this is the same stuff I used to tell my employees and my nieces and nephews and my son. If I ask you a question, it's because I already know the answer. I'm just trying to see what you're going to say to me. So, or I'm trying to lead you, and I'm going to ask you a leading question to put you on the path and let you come up with the answer yourself. And that is the type of shit that he's doing to these women. He's asking questions that makes them think of things themselves, or at least makes them think they've thought of it themselves, but he helped them along with the question, or he's asking questions he knows the answer to. And he's done it several times already throughout the series. He's asked a question he already had the answer to. He asked a question just to plant a seed. Mm. You said you think Discord is illegal in Turkey? I wouldn't be shocked. Billy Kaplan. Billy Kaplan, who is also um, Wanda's son, Wanda's son Billy. Now, this is why I said that symbol, the sigil on his mouth, could be a WM. He could be William Maximoff. It could be a WM, could be Wanda Maximoff. So I don't know. There have been so many misdirects, especially in WandaVision, where we're gonna make y'all think one thing, and then we're gonna pull the rug out from up under you, and we're gonna even put shit in here that it has don't make no sense to anybody whatsoever. But we fooled you, ha ha ha. So I know they're not gonna do exactly that again because people got real mad about that Pietro shit. But I know they're not gonna do that again. But that still wanted to that still could be what they're doing to us in just one instance. They're not going to do it to us the whole series. Yeah, it's 9 times out of 10. I'm saying Billy Kaplan because in the comic books, Billy Kaplan, yada yada yada, he is Wanda's son, Billy Maximoff. He would be Wiccan. It has been already established in this series that the young man is gay because when his phone rang, it didn't say his this guy's name. It said boy, BOYF, boyfriend. And he said, hey, he worries and all of that. So now we got teen, 16-year-old kid, got a little boyfriend. It seems like they're pointing us into the direction that this is one of those kids, one of Wanda's children, and namely Billy, because Billy is the one who is a Wiccan in the Young Avengers, and it appears has appeared that they have been setting up Young Avengers for what, a couple of years now. Couple of years we've been getting Young Avenger feelers put out there, and now it looks like we've got our Wiccan, if we are right, because they could be playing with us, but I don't think they are. I do believe this is going to be Wiccan, and how they pull it all together to make it make sense, I don't have that figured out yet. We're gonna have to watch a couple more episodes. Bougie, that's what you was thinking too. Now what else was I going to? Oh, the whole boyfriend thing, right? Remember when he was talking to what is the Asian lady's name? I can't remember her name in series. She was talking about how her tattoo and that some horrible things happened to her when she turned 13. And Billy or Teen Teen says, you know what? Crazy things happen to me when I turned 13 too, which was he's 16 years old. It would have been 3 years ago when he was 13. And we've already established that Agatha Harkness has been under this mind control in Westview for 3 years. This is why I say I doubt that this child is connected to Agnes or Agatha, but I could be wrong. I could be wrong. uh, because 3 years ago, Agatha was still under mind control. And 3 years ago, something significant happened in Teen's life, just like at 13 years old. And of course, 13 being an unlucky number. So that is another thing that we can look at it like, you know, unlucky number 13. WM is also Wonder Man. I don't know how that would fit in this, though. Would it fit? Yeah, I would love to see Yaya show up in this, though, baby. Any chance we get to see Yaya, I am all for it. So if they want to bring out Wonder Man and Catherine in Agatha All Along, I'm all for it. But you know what? No, I'm not. Let's let this story be told. Let it be told the way that they was gonna tell it with these women. This is kind of giving Wizard of Oz, right? Everybody is going to the on the witch's road, because everybody needs something. Just like we're going to the wizard because everybody needed something different. And will we find out that they've had it all, everything that they need? They've had it all along, like in the Wizard of Oz. I don't know. Um, it would definitely be a twist if it was Wonder Man. Yeah. Marge, hopefully you, if you're still here, you finished episode 3. I don't want to spoil nothing for you, but I do want to talk about the trial that the first of their was that the first test? Yeah, the first test that they had to go through. Um I knew going in, once they went down and they got to the witches road, um I knew that somebody was gonna have to bite it, right? We knew somebody was gonna have to bite it, and there was only one person down there who had no business being down there. Agatha was wrong for bringing. Yeah, that was only the first trial. Yeah, Agatha was wrong for bringing Sharon down. I mean, I know she didn't know that. Yes, she did. She just didn't care. She knew that the Salem Seven was coming to attack her. She knew, and she knew that you to go down there, you needed to have some witchly uh, uh, tendencies. And she also knew that Mrs. Hart, quote unquote, Sharon, she doesn't have any of those things. So she took her down there, and it's just like a setup to get that lady done in, taking her down there. And nobody told Mrs. Hart or Sharon or whatever we're calling her nowadays, nobody told her to chug that wine the way she was chugging it. And that was what show were they mimicking for the first trial? Somebody said it. Big Little Lies. It's another show that I didn't watch. Maybe we need to watch some of these shows. Shit. So Big Little Lies, I think, was the name of the show that they were kind of spoofing in in this episode. I would have to go back and try to find it in I ain't gonna worry about it. I think it was Big Little Lies. But anyway, you didn't watch it either. Yeah, see, some of these things would go over my head. I did realize, however, when Mrs. Hart's face blew up, and I'm still calling her Mrs. Hart. That lady been saying her name is Sharon this whole series, and I'm still calling her Mrs. Hart. But Mrs. Hart, well, Mrs. Hart said, when her face swelled up after she was drinking the wine, Pretty Little Liars, was that it? No, I think it was Big Little Lies, though. I think I could be wrong. Now you're gonna make me look it up. It could have been Pretty Little Liars. But anyway, um, Mrs. Hart's face swelled up, and I was like, wait a minute. That looked like somebody with bad Botox. And then when everybody's face got the swelling, I was like, yeah, it's the what I was talking about is Big Little Lies. And it's Big Little Lies. It's an HBO series. And when you look at the cast, you can see. As a matter of fact, let's just share this real quick. Um, you see the cast. You get, but the only difference is the black girl is super light skinned. She's is almost like racially ambiguous. Then the black girl in Wanda, I mean in Agatha All Along is dark. But what was it? Yeah, they all had this freaking Botox infection looking faces. So that was a thing. And where else was I going? Yeah, Mrs. Hart. she's a regular human. She doesn't have any powers. There's nothing about her that's innately witchly, or witchy. So when it was time for somebody to die, I knew it had to be her. Just her going down the witch's road. I knew she was not coming back up. If she comes back up, it will be because somebody uses their wish or something to bring her ass back. But I knew that she was not going to make the entire trip. The only reason she was there, Bougie Barbie, remember when um what's the one the psychic, and she said uh she didn't she wrote those names down on that paper, and she wrote her own name, and then she wrote the other two witches' names. She wrote Agatha's name, and then she just drew a black heart. That black heart is Rio. Rio is supposed to be down there with them, and Agatha knew that, but she pretended like, oh, I know what they're talking about. She's going to get Mrs. Hart, and that's not her freaking name for real. So she goes and gets Mrs. Hart and get this lady killed instead of getting the witch you needed to be down there, because you're gonna need that witch. You're gonna need her powers, right? So you've already needed to use your potion witch. um Eventually you're going to need a green witch, and if you don't have one, you just set up everybody to die. But yes, and that black heart, um Rio said it at the beginning of in episode 1. She says something about my heart is black and it beats for you, or something like that. She says something to that um of that nature. She said my heart is black and it only beats for you, or something like that. I should have wrote it down. But when she said it, I knew. I was like, that's coming back. And when they said that she drew the psychic drew that black heart, I was like, she knew she need Rio. And you brought Mrs. Hart down here, and Mrs. Hart ass gonna get killed, and I knew it. Oh gosh. uh I might watch it again myself, just simply because I enjoyed these 3 episodes. I really did. And I'm pretty sure there are other things that kind of may have floated over my head that on a second watch you'll be like, that was said for a reason too. Because yeah, it's just like Jennifer, is her name Jennifer Kale, the black girl? I got 2 issues with her. Number one, why are you being messy and trying to make this boy, or are you trying to let him know that he's Agatha's son, or are you trying to make him think that he's Agatha's son? I don't know. I don't know what that's the number one thing. But she was the one who made the Mephisto name drop, and that set the internet ablaze because she said the word Mephisto. And I can't say it just set the internet ablaze. It kind of made me think to myself, okay, are they yanking our chain again? Or is something in this story going to lead us to Mephisto? Either a sighting, or is it going to be something that is it either going to be a sighting, or is there something important that we're going to learn about the character that is in this episode? Because Mephisto is the devil. We know he's the freaking devil, right? He's the MCU devil. So on the spiritual side of things, or on the magical side of things, he is going to be a huge problem for people. But what is he like? What is going to be his whole angle for the MCU? You introducing him in Ironheart, which is weird. It is and it isn't, unless it's like a certain story they could be pulling from, and I'm like, but why the fuck would y'all do that? So There's a lot of things that could be happening, but I am wondering what was the point um, of of bringing him in Ironheart unless they're going to give us a soft introduction here. Bougie says, "I know. What was the point of in her being shady? It's messy." But that's one of the things I like about this series. And Marge even brought it up in the Discord. I don't think she was like talking about this particularly, but she was like, they're bringing magic into the MCU. Is that a way to attract more women? And then I go into my, well, actually, they've been doing they've been doing magic in comic books and in the Marvel and DC sides of comics forever, right? But the way that they have approached um Agatha is definitely for us. It's definitely for the ladies. Now, will men get some appreciation out of it? I'm very sure they will. But this is one for us, and I appreciate that. Not to say that we as women don't understand what's going on with the more fantastical street level or cosmic sides, because I do. This is what the hell I do, right? But it is also refreshing to know that that studio feels like we could tell a story that is specifically catered, that the target audience is women. And I felt really good about that. Now, when they were doing that potion towards the end, and Jen, before we, 'cause I got a few minutes here, before we talk about the little dreams or the walking nightmares that they were having, let's talk about the potion, because I'm gonna have a problem, because everybody had to take a hair out of their head, right? And drop it in that potion. And the only way it was gonna work is if they had everybody's shit. So they even had to go and get Mrs. Hart, right? So why did it work? Because that was not her hair. That was a fucking wig. Remember? She went down the witch's road. She was bald. She had a very close haircut. Damn it, she was bald. So if I'm taking a strand of hair out of this wig, that ain't my hair. That shit shouldn't have worked any damn way. But okay, I'm nitpicking. I'm nitpicking because black girls, we know our little weaves, and we know. Look, baby, go close to the scalp. Now, this is of course this is my hair, but this is my hair. But you trying to get some DNA from me, you better go close, straight to the scalp, because I might have me a little clip in or a little sew in or something going on. You better get that from the all the way down to the edge of this. That's her hair. So I thought about that, but she paid for that hair. But did she? She get down there in the richest road, and all of a sudden they're the Kardashians down there. The road gave her them inches. The road gave her them inches. Yes, yes. Now that I can get. Oh, you thought it was supposed to mean her hair grew on the road. You wondered about that too. Yeah, because I was like, okay, now you just snatched this wig, you just snatched this hair out, but what was that supposed to do? That potion is still missing something, baby. But okay, let's talk about the waking nightmares that these people had. Uh, Big Little Liars. They are following WandaVision with theme shows. Yeah, yeah, we had picked that up but I couldn't think of. So is it Big Little Lies? Is it this show? This what you talking about, DS? Because we was talking about it just a little bit ago. That's the show, right? Um, I think it is. You don't know what you say you want to know what I think about teens' change of mood. I honestly think teen is hiding something, and teen knows far more than what he is letting on. He is like he is um the road got some what did everybody take the prenatals? The road got some prenatals. But anyway, um the teen knows far more than he's letting on. He is far wiser than those years. He might even be far older than those years. I wouldn't be. I said I liked Sasha Baron Cohen, who they reportedly have cast as Mephisto. I do like that casting decision. I like that actor, but I wouldn't be opposed to uh, a character like Mephisto being played by someone very, very young, who we all think is too young to know this and too young to know that, when he could be, Mephisto can manifest himself as any person that he would want to be. So if I were able to pick the body that that I'm going to inhabit for the next X amount of years, it damn sure wouldn't be 50-year-old Tasha. You know what I'm saying? I would go and grab me at least 20-something-year-old Tasha. I'd still want to be Tasha, but I would have to grab the, the younger version of me, not, so I'm not opposed to this young man playing the actual Mephisto, but I just don't know if Marvel would do that. Um, you said notice that when he told his name, Miss Hart, Matt, you think he killed her because she heard his name. I did not pay attention to that. I am going to have to watch that again. We've been talking about watching it again. I got to watch that again. And then Rio came to Agatha's house, but she didn't seem startled when Teen was trying to rob her. I think they're in it together. She did not seem startled. And I was wondering, though, if this was all in, if a lot of that was all in freaking Agatha's head, because she's bad shit, She's hearing things. She thinks she got this kid locked up in jail and he's really in the closet. So, I mean, there's a whole lot of the beginning of the series. Agatha was a very unreliable narrator, very unreliable. But you are making a point, because Rio was there. So why didn't she react to any of this stuff? Do you think she even saw him? Because wasn't he in the freaking house? He was in the house when she came back and they was fighting. But she didn't act like she really saw him, did she? Now, you know what? DS, you're gonna make me go back and watch all of this again. Yep. We gotta rewatch it. Lord have mercy. We gotta rewatch it, because the more you talk about it, first and foremost, the more little things you're gonna think of. Especially since all of us, we all watching, we're all seeing things. We're not None of us seeing the same thing at the same time. Everybody is looking at a different detail of this scene even though we're all watching the same scene, somebody's gonna pick up something different. That's why I love having these conversations, because I don't have all the freaking answers. I'm just a person to sit down and watch TV like y'all do. And my vision is poor as hell. So I don't even watch it like y'all do. Y'all probably see a whole lot of shit that I don't see. But when we all come together, the little stuff that I missed, you didn't. And the little stuff that you might have missed, the things that were said, because remember, I can't see, but I can, I'm deaf in one ear, but I can hear out the other one. Um, yeah, the little things that I could hear, I'm gonna hear some of that stuff, because a lot of the times I can't see shit. um, yep. This is a rewatch. Can we watch it in Discord? Can I join Discord? Of course you can join Discord. Look, let me get the let me get a link. I don't think I put one in. I know I didn't put one in the but I can't. Let me see. Here we go. Um. Oh, DS, you watched it 7 times, and you didn't think you would like it. I'm glad you have been enjoying it so far. Um. So that's the Discord. That's the Discord link. Uh. Now, what was I gonna say? I'm glad you enjoying it. You're enjoying it so far because I am too. And we're already 3 episodes in, so we got 6 episodes left. Shoot, we can. I don't want to make no promises because Lord have mercy, the way shit goes over here, with these grandbabies and stuff. I don't be knowing when I'm gonna have a moment. I'm supposed to have a moment on the weekend, but sometimes that don't even work out. And I end up with them kids. And am I a pushover, y'all? But anyway, we're not even gonna talk about that. I might be a pushover, but I might just love them babies. Shit. Um, yeah, there is a lot of stuff that we probably need to take notes on together. And if we watch it together, we can um we can see what each one of us, might have seen, missed, whatever. But anyway, um, so Mrs. Hart is dead. DS is there. DS is there. Thank you for joining. Um, and you can take. You know what? There's other subcategories on the side in the Discord. You'll see like general, just chatting, and all this. There is a Marvel discussions tab there, and we might need to make a WandaVision. I mean, why do I keep saying WandaVision? An Agatha All Along tab for itself, so that just in case we are ahead of people, we are not stepping on no toes. But either I will do it, um, and Marge is usually really good. If I don't remember to do some shit, she'll do it in that Discord. You don't think she went? You don't think she was on that road? DS, a little part of me thinks feel free feel free to ignore your buffoonery. I mean, that's what we go on Discord for, is to just act out. Shoot. Um, you don't think she's been on the road? I think she went on the road, and I think the reason that she went on the road was to try to get her son back. I think somehow her and Rio are like partners in life partners, and that Rio might have been the greedier one and traded in that baby for that dark hold. And then Agatha gets a hold of the dark hold and starts going on her quest to get her baby back. But like I said at the beginning of the stream, I like to take a villain and humanize them. So Agatha could just be an effed up individual all the way around, or she could be an effed up individual up to the point where somebody did something with her kid, and now she is going crazy trying to get her baby back. Um, oh, thank you, Marge. You said nah, that was all cap. She was acting extra uncomfortable in that house. Yeah, she was ready. Thank you, Marge. You did that swiftly. um, she was acting uncomfortable in that house. Yeah, she really was. She was ready to just fight. She wanted those women to blast her with their powers so that she could steal them. That was her whole point. Yep. She was acting brand new. Everyone else was more calm than her. If she was on the road, she cheated. Oh, she's been trying to cheat. She went through one trial and she tried to cheat. She couldn't even make it through one trial without trying to cheat. Yes, she did cheated. Thank you, Marjorie. Remember when Lilith, that's her name. There's a Lilith, a Jennifer, and I still don't remember the other one's name. Okay. Remember when Lilith told her that she has been deceived by witches before, so it's clear she's been done wrong. Oh yeah, she's been done wrong, and she's done people wrong, ain't it? But I do believe that yeah, I do believe that we're gonna find out that she, because Rio asked her at the beginning, "Do you remember why you hate me?" And uh, Agatha said no. I'm wondering if she still is a little foggy about why she hated Rio. And the reason why she hated Rio, this is me, small fan fiction, all going on in my little fro. But the reason why she hated Agatha so much, I mean, why Agatha hated Rio so much is because Rio traded her baby for that damn book. And then now Agatha was forced to steal the book, go on the run, and try to get her baby back. This is me thinking, yeah, she might not be the villain. She might not be the entire villain. You know, she's an anti-hero. Like just what we gonna see in Thunderbolts, Asterisk, and all of that. He's an anti-hero. She's an anti-hero. We're supposed to uh root against her all the time until this episode. I mean, until this. Okay, see, I see you, Bougie, made it in. Thank you. Now, if Agatha took the book, how did she get away from Rio? They both can't take each other's power or they die. Right. I don't know how she got away. I can't think because she can't. Let me see. She can't do magic on her and they can't kill each other. So it would have to be when somebody else was, it would have to be like a betrayal type thing. Like just the same way a lot of us get, women who are involved in somebody who's quote unquote abusive. And sometimes we just got to get up in the middle of the night and dip. Sometimes we got to have a exit plan that's way out to next year. But every day you're one day closer to the exit plan. I don't know. But I mean, this is just my again spitballing. And how many of us have seen the trailers? We know Rio is going to end up on the road. So, is she there to help or is she there to hinder? Miss Hart had that Bill Cosby wine. Yeah, so that wine just kept filling itself back up. So it's not only the Bill Cosby wine, it was like a never-ending cup of it. That was that Diddy punch. Yep. So yeah, Miss Hart, Pothe, Pothe, Pothe. Hopefully, Mrs. Hart was already, it was like she was so out of it that she didn't realize that she was about to die. Maybe, hopefully, that's what it was. I would hate for her to. They was like they gonna put this potion down you and you gonna wake up and you wake up to die. I just think that's unfair. And Mrs. Hart shouldn't even been on the road. It should have been Rio the whole damn time. Especially since we know she gonna end up down there. I don't know how she gonna end up down there and how she catches up to them, but she's gonna end up down there and she's going to interact with them. We saw it in the trailer. So, oh, they did put her hair in the sink. I did forget about that. They didn't put her hair in the sink. They went and gave her the little water because they was wondering why the timer didn't stop. But yeah, the timer probably didn't stop because her hair was. We had one hair from the 27 piece that Jennifer had on, and then one hair missing. Yeah. Plus, she ain't no witch anyway. That's sad. Hopefully, they figure out a way to bring Mrs. Hart back. She had to go out like that. She didn't have to go out like that. That had to be. Oh, Yeah, I did like her. Even though people try to say that she was complicit in the Danny Masterson stuff, uh, because she worked with him on that '70s show, and when he was being sentenced, she asked for leniency, and I've been wondering if people, I expect me, I'm not going to ask for leniency for Danny Masterson, and you might not ask for leniency for Danny Masterson, but these criminals, all of them, like all of these criminals, they have somebody who loves them. There is somebody who wants to see them serve the least amount of time as possible. Uh, and I mean, I'm not saying that he's a criminal just yet because he has not been sentenced. He is innocent until proven guilty, but I think he's guilty, but he's innocent until he's proven guilty. You see, his children, I bet you his children cried every night because their daddy is gone. Even the most horrible person in the world has somebody that loves them. So I don't know why people want to hold it against a person for being compassionate, and they actually have a relationship with this person, even though they did something horrible. You got a relationship with this person. This is not just somebody. This is somebody that you loved before you found out they did something horrible. And it's not hard to say, I do not condone what you did, but I still love you. I don't know. Um, yeah, she was yeah, that's the one. Not that '70s show. Yep. Um, Not y'all try to kill that lady in the MCU from another show. And see, people do that though. Some of these people, they really be so serious that they think a person should starve to death because they disagree with them. Now, if you are convicted of a crime, you're taking your ass to jail anyway. You're going to pay some consequence for the crime that you've committed. But that doesn't mean you know what I'm saying, never work again. These people got to eat. You know what I'm saying? I don't want nobody to go hungry. Dude, um, we would like to say we didn't ask for it, but how many of us have a free them shirt for their murderous ass sons? And look, I do not. My son has not been in no trouble. Cousins, I don't have nobody. Distant cousin. One of my distant cousins is Suge Knight. And guess what? I ain't never did. I have never, ever wore a shirt that say free Suge. But I do understand it. I'm not saying, I don't even think I would say free that person. But if that person needed $10 to be like, can I get $10, whomever, cousin, whoever, I might give you $10 because I don't want to see you. You're already locked up. I don't want to see you in pen and you want some noodles and you can't have noodles and your auntie or whoever, your cousin, I love you, so I'm gonna give it to you. But that doesn't mean I'm signing a check saying that you did something. That you were right. Uh, Yep. Yeah, it's easy to judge. And we all do in a way. We all judge, but damn, to go so far as to say that this person should never be able to work, eat, you shouldn't have no friends. That's horrible. And they might truly believe he is innocent. Crooked people put on acts for everybody, especially those closest to them. Yeah, and if there's already a relationship, there's already love there, you want to believe that this person is better than what these people are presenting them as. You know. The back to Agatha, yeah. Why Jennifer was telling all that lady business to a child at the bar. She was messy. That's what me and Miss Bougie was saying. She's just being messy. She was just sitting here, and I don't know if it was to, again, to make him think that he was Agatha's son, or to make or because Jennifer really believes that that is Agatha's son. But she told him, you better watch out because she will stab you in the back. But I don't think Agatha would hurt that child because when it came down to, and we said it earlier, when it came down to him saying he was going to drink that wine or she drunk the wine. When it came down to the other witches trying to figure out who put the sigil on him, she stepped in front of him and pushed him behind her. Everything that she has done has been protective of the child. Everybody else can get it. She got smoke for everybody else. But that child, she is covering him. And it makes me feel like she thinks either she thinks that's her son or he is like her son. She's looking at it like this could be my son. And, she actually has a conscience, is in other words. I'm gonna take let me see. I'm gonna take a second and put my patrons up here, say thank you because I be forgetting to do it in my live stream. So we're gonna do that now. And that's that. So thank you, patrons, for your support, your continued support. And hopefully we got some shit to talk about. I wish I had HBO Max. I couldn't get it. Money ain't right. I was telling them about the kids, my son and his girlfriend. They go my daughter-in-law. I call her that. They're not married yet, but I call her that. So my daughter-in-law goes outside one morning to get in the car to go to work, and I can laugh at it now. She gets out there, and the car sitting out there on bricks. Somebody just stole the damn tires off my baby's car. So she's standing outside crying and whatever. She needed new tires. They are of course they're not rich. And their parents to two very, very small children, still diaper babies. And they just didn't have it. They didn't have $1,200 to put out for no tires. So, long story short, they found some for cheaper. But in order for them to get these tires, which was a line item that they didn't expect, I got to be broke. I got to be broke. She did say another child sacrifice because I think they are, like we said a little bit ago, I think they judging Agatha. I think that somebody else, and look, maybe I could be wrong. I think somebody else put the narrative out there that Agatha took off with the Darkhold and that she had traded the baby for the book. So now everybody thinks that Agatha is the person who is Agatha thinks that, I mean, everybody thinks that Agatha is the person who did the child sacrifice and blah blah blah, when at the end of the day she's really down there trying to save, you know the child. She wants her powers back because she want to defend herself, and she knows that nothing can happen. I think nothing can happen to her right now on the road. They coming for her though. They gonna get her. Yes, yes, they'll get her. Yep, yep. Oh yeah. I mean, going out there and seeing that shit, and the shock on my face is like, who the fuck would do that? And how? How many people have to be involved in an enterprise like that? You got to have like 5 people handy that's ready to just do some Formula One shit to get these tires off super fast because you don't know when somebody coming outside. But anyway, oh gosh, here we are. But it's a lot to think about. Now, when are you guys and I know I just hit this microphone again. I have to finish filming my weekly wrap up, which is the news show of this, the news show. So I have to finish filming that, and I need to do it today while I still got makeup on, because I can guarantee you I'm not getting up tomorrow and doing my face again. So I want to do that. Um, Usually I am editing for part of the day on Sunday. Thank you. I'll tell them that too. Um, but usually I am editing on Sundays, the part of the job that I hate the most. But I'm editing on Sundays. So what time do you guys when do you guys want to watch? Do you guys want to just want to watch Agatha All Along, these 3 episodes, um, sometime tomorrow or Monday? People. I know people go back to work on Monday. Yes, if you know what, if somebody was paying these people like they pay the Formula One racers to change their tires and shit, man, because you got to be fast. You got to have a whole team of people. You got to have somebody to hit the jack. You got to have 4 people, one on each tire. You got to have a truck and a driver. You got to be ready for all that shit. Oh gosh. So when y'all want to do this rewatch, y'all want to rewatch them all at once? I feel like I'm gonna sneeze. Or do you want to watch 1 and 2 together, and then maybe watch 3 and 4 together? I think that might sound like a plan. 3 or 4. I'm excited about I'm excited. And I really wish Wednesday would hurry up and come on, because I really want to see. Okay, so the next trial, and this is before I get up out of here. The next trial looks like the leaves was like red, right? So the first leaves were blue, which should have been like, oh, the first thing is gonna be water. But okay, now we realize that the first thing was water. Will the second one be fire? Because the leaves are red. And then what else? I guess each element, But I thought the leaves were red as they were walking down the road for the next set of trials and tribulations. So I'm wondering if we're just going, water sign, fire sign, earth sign, and the earth is probably going to be last, because that's probably when Rio going to get her butt down there. So what is it? Earth, fire, air, and water. So yeah. Mm. So you said let's do 3 and 4. Um, okay, so we can do 3 and 4 together. And you were at work 8 to 4 Central, Monday through Friday. Anything around that works for you? Because it's just for me after now. Let me see, after 2. So you know what? Wind and earth after fire. Yeah, wind. What did I say? I don't think I said wind. I think I said something else, but I can't remember what it was now. Shoot. But yeah, earth, wind, and fire. I don't know why I didn't think about, I'm gonna lose my card. Somebody gonna take my card from me at some point. Um, we can do it. Well, we can make an announcement in the Discord if you would like to join us. The Look in the live chat comments, and you will see the Discord um the Discord link. Join the Discord, and then you can join us. And this is for people who are watching on replays. If they wanna be down, they can be down. If not, I don't. It's the more the merrier. But I don't care if it's just a few of us in there. We can watch this, discuss it, get our thoughts all together. And if we do another live stream, we do another live stream. So far so good. So they take our cards for anything now. Yeah, my card be forgetting just for forgetting the name Earth, Wind, and Fire. They be like, "Yep, we gonna need that. We gonna get that right up off of you. Yep, right up out you." So yeah, okay. So I got to finish recording weekly wrap up. I just told y'all that. I have enjoyed having this conversation about Agatha All Along. This has been to me the first 3 episodes. Not crazy fast, but not so slow that you like. So I think it's been a perfect mix of uh, character building and moving the story along, and that's what we needed. And theory again is that excuse me, theory again is that we are going to see fire next week. So let's, I don't even know how to close this. See you in the next one. Bye.